Welcome back. It is week 5 of the NFL season. A lot of stuff is starting to come to light with these teams and how some of these teams are playing and how they're going to be as the rest of the season moves on. So it's very interesting. When you get into the season, is a team good? Are they bad? Are they in the middle? Are they up and down, inconsistent? So it's been very fun to see. So today we're going to take a look at a little quick cap of some things that I think are very interesting, highlighting from week 4. I'm going to talk about the Bears again and kind of what they need to do moving forward. And then the talk of the town, the biggest talk of the NFL is Taylor Swift. I'm going to have my opinion on it. So let's jump into it. Quick cap if you're looking. First one, Lions, Super Bowl, question mark, 3-1. I like the Lions. I thought they were going to win the NFC North. Thought they were going to make it to the playoffs. I think they can win a playoff game. I highly can consider a Super Bowl. I know it's crazy to think, but they're a good team. They can make the Super Bowl. Do now some things have to work in their favor, but I think they can do it. If you're a Lions fan, you got to believe in your team, and I don't want to hear, I think we're good. No, it's either your team or you don't. But I think the Lions make it to the Super Bowl. Look, Dolphins came back to reality this week, losing to the Bills after they beat the Broncos 70-20. Kind of get beat down by the Bills. What am I saying? By the Bills. Look, the Dolphins are a very, very good offense, but when Tyreek Hill isn't on, that team's not on. C.J. Stroud, Texans looking very good. C.J. Stroud, quality quarterback. Texans are 2-2. Who would have thought that after the first 4 weeks of the year? The Bengals are dead. They should sit down Joe Burrow, let him get healthy, kind of retool, rethink. When you look at the Patriots, it clearly shows Bill Belichick needed Tom Brady more than he thought. The trend in this league is if you don't find a quarterback, you're not a successful coach. If you find a quarterback, you're going to be pretty successful. The Patriots are 1-3, and no signs of a team that is even going to do anything at all this year other than just be bad. So now it's like, I'm not saying you fire Bill Belichick because he's one of those guys. He's done so much he's won 6 Super Bowls, been there for over 20 years. But it's going to be interesting what happens moving forward with the Patriots. And the Giants shouldn't have signed Daniel Jones. You're 1-3. You're awful. You're not a good football team. At quarterbacks in the draft, looked at potentially trying to trade for a quarterback. The Giants aren't good. They're stuck with Daniel Jones for the next couple of years. It's only going to get worse. All right, moving on to the Bears. Look, I think, and you can tell from the titles, I think the Bears need to start over at quarterback, and I also think they need to start. Eberflus is not a head coach. He's an idiot to me. He sounds and he looks like a used car salesman coach, pretty much. He is awful. He looks uncomfortable. He's always sweating, trying to push his hair back, trying to look cool. He's not cool. He's not good. He is 3-8. NFL, that's awful. Now, a sample of a year and 4 games. But you have a lead against the Broncos. You blow it. You lose. And you had a chance to kick a field goal to go up with 2 minutes left, and you didn't. I just didn't get it. It's like he wants to lose because he doesn't want to be a head coach anymore. I don't fully understand it. Here's Matt Eberflus after the loss to the Broncos.
Obviously, a hard-fought battle. I thought the guys had passion, had energy. Execution was really good in spots, and I thought that was a big improvement. There was some adversity at the end of that game where we had the fumble, return for a touchdown, and the response for that. Just because of the way we were running it, and it was a half a yard. So I felt very confident about getting that right there. And every situation is different. You got to look at the game in its entirety. And I think that the way we were running the football and the confidence that we had on offense in that moment, I would say that we're going to do that right there.
Look, this guy's an idiot, right? Justin Fields played the best game he's played this season for sure. One of the best games he's played in his career. I truly believe that. He has talent. He played great this past week, and that's the problem, right? That's the dilemma that the Bears are in right now. We are in a dilemma of we're an awful team, but the quarterback plays decent. What do we do? I believe we need to move on from Justin Fields, get a pick or two for him, if it's a second and a third rounder, if it's a second rounder, whatever. I think we need to move on. You restart the rookie contract. The team sucks. I don't want to pay him because I don't think he's worth paying, especially in the Bears offense. And then he sells the moments at the end of the game where the Broncos scored a touchdown off a fumble he had, and then driving late to potentially go up and tie, he throws an interception that ends the game. So in the big moments, I don't think he can get it done fully. So I think they really need to start over. They need to move on, get a new quarterback in the draft, because right now they have the first and second pick. I don't think that's how it's going to finish. But if you have a top pick in the draft, you need to move on from Justin Fields, fire Matt Eberflus. I don't mind Ryan Poles. I really don't as a GM. Everybody's harping on for the Claypool trade. Anybody in the world would have made that trade. Looking at Chase Claypool and kind of what he did with the Steelers, anybody would make that trade to get him. It just hasn't panned out with the Bears, and he's not what he once was. He is a diva. He's a guy that once he kind of became a household, he want to work as hard, and that sucks because watching him in college, he was very good. His first couple years in the pros, he's very good. It just sucks to see that. But Ryan Poles is the problem. He understands, I think, the philosophy. He has a true philosophy how he wants to build team, offense, defensive line. Now, the defense still is horrible. I blame a lot of that on Matt Eberflus. Some of it is when you have a defensive coordinator that's being investigated by the FBI and has to quit. That hurts, but Matt Eberflus is a defensive guy. I blame him for a lot of struggles. You get some pieces, and you're still not any better. If I'm the Bears, I'm making two calls. I'm making one call for sure. If we do end up with the number one overall pick, which we most likely will because this team's dog shit, it's a dumpster fire. It's not going to get any better. You need to make a call to Lincoln Riley and say, hey, come be the coach of the Bears. So then Caleb Williams will then come play for us because he's not going to want to come play if Matt Eberflus or any other coach is there because we're just going to wreck him. But we say, hey, we can get your college coach, a guy that you left Oklahoma with to come to USC, now come to with us. I think that's the easy call to make. Number one call, you make that call. And then we're on the up and up, and we have a guy that's competent in a quarterback and helping a quarterback, which the Bears are not. I would make that call. I think if it gets down to it, I don't trust the Bears that they'll make that smart of a decision, but if I'm running the team, Kevin Warren has to understand this is the kind of stuff we need to do. I would make that call. That makes us in the driving seat to do it. And then if Lincoln Riley says no, it's like, okay, there's another call I would easily make. You go get that cheeseburger buying son of a bitch, Jim Harbaugh in Michigan, and you say, come coach the Bears. Hey, you're not going to get in trouble if you buy your players some cheeseburgers here. You know, that's an easy call. Look, I don't like Michigan, but I like Jim Harbaugh. One of my I have a couple things of a wish list for coaching my teams that I want. One of them is Jim Harbaugh to coach the Bears. I wanted them to hire Jim Harbaugh 2 years ago. They were dumb and they didn't do it. They need to do it now. If you look at Michigan, it's the best team Jim Harbaugh's had. It's the best team he's going to have after this year. Schedule gets tough. Team gets worse. Come on to the Bears. You want to be in the NFL anyways. You're a Bear. You played under Ditka. That's what the Bears need. They need a guy, and I said this 2 years ago, they need a guy that is Chicago, understands it, he's gritty, he's going to get the defense good, our offense is going to be what we need. Make the call. So I would first make the call for Lincoln Riley. You get Lincoln Riley, you get Caleb Williams that definitely wants to come play for you. Two, if they don't want to come, say fine, whatever. Then you go out and you hire Jim Harbaugh and you play the way that we should have played, and we should have hired 2 years ago. Easy decisions. People are going to say I'm crazy. That's just the way those are logical ways of thinking about this. Now, you get Jim Harbaugh. I don't know who you get at quarterback. Drake May, Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders. Michael Penix, J.J. McCarthy, whatever. I don't give a shit. Jim Harbaugh needs to be our coach. And like I said, buy all the cheeseburgers you want in Chicago because you don't have violations. And I do think Jim's going to jump this year. I've said it for the last 8 years, I feel like, with Jim, but I definitely feel like he's going to jump this year. The Bears need to take advantage of that and go get him. All right, now that the Bears, I'm not going as crazy as I did because I'm over it. I'm over it at this point. I have put faith that we will make a smart decision in coaching. Probably won't happen, but I've made that face. But I do want to talk about Taylor Swift. Look, she has ruined the NFL. I'm not the biggest Tay-Tay fan there is. I made a video years ago saying Taylor Swift was overrated, which she is. I mean, she makes the same song. She's a one-trick pony. She just doesn't do anything for me that makes me want to like her music, go watch. It's like she is like kind of like the summer of love has been with Taylor Swift. Look, no. I mean, there's a lot of other artists that I'd much rather go see. Beyonce's touring as well. I'd much rather go see a Beyonce concert, Dua Lipa. I mean, Taylor Swift is ruining the NFL. I'm not a big fan. And then we show her all the time. It just irks me. It irks me. And what really got me is I'm glad I didn't watch the game because some people work, so we're not allowed to watch some night games. But when Isaiah Pacheco scored in the Chiefs-Jets game, they went right to Taylor Swift. I would have turned the channel. I'm over it. I'm over it. It's gross that the NFL is showing her all the time, and there's some backwoods games going on here with her, the NFL, the Kelseys. I get it, but then I don't get it because as a football fan, it's just gross to see him not here for it. When she's in a box with stars like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, that's the show. Why are we sitting here going off Taylor Swift? I mean, the only thing that I could say to Taylor Swift is if you're going to come to more football games, bring Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. I mean, that is the show itself. So we're going crazy over her, but it's like she had some other big-time celebrities. I don't get it. I hope that Tay-Tay makes a hit off this because I hope Travis Kelce breaks her heart. That's where I'm at with it. If this relationship's real, I want Travis Kelce to break her heart. Taylor Swift's just she's just doing work out of this. Her goal is to break Travis Kelce's heart and then turn it on him that he broke her heart when she broke his heart. That's all Taylor wants out of this. That's all Tay-Tay needs and wants. That's all she goes for. She goes for the jugular. It's all for work for her. She doesn't mind breaking hearts and then coming out looking like a saint. That's T Swift, and I'm not here for it. I'm kind of over it. She's overrated. Give me Dua Lipa. Can we show her at some games? Show me more Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. That's all I'm asking for, NFL. This is ridiculous. It's gross. And you got some backwoods game going on with her. And it's not fun to see. Tay-Tay can go. I'm over the content. I'm over the T Swift. I'm just over it. She can shake it off the field and go back to just performing and putting on concerts that people love. That's fine. Stay in your lane, T Swift. Stay in your lane. You got out of the lane. Get back in it. I hope Travis Kelce breaks your heart. That's all I'm saying. All right, picks this week. I was 4-2 last week. Even though I didn't do a show, I still had picks. I was 4-2, 19-9 on the season. I think I have 7 games this week. Going to go through them quickly. Jags 2-2 versus the Bills, who are 3-1. Bills are -5.5 point favorite. Playing in London. Jags played in London last week. Bills are coming off of a big win against the Dolphins. Going to London. I give all the advantage to the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are going to win this football game. Being in London an extra week saves them. Titans 2-2, -1 point favorite at the Colts 2-2. It's an interesting game. I'm not high on either of these teams, but the Colts fight. I like that. I think the Titans narrowly win one. This could probably be a field goal game. Ravens 3-1, -4 at the Steelers 2-2. Steelers just get dominated and throttled by the Texans. I don't know what's wrong with the Steelers. Well, I know what's wrong with the Steelers. The offense sucks. Kenny Pickett's not very good. I'm going to go Ravens here. Texans 2-2 at the Falcons 2-2, -2 for the Falcons. I like the Texans. I'm going to roll with the Texans. I truly like the Texans. The Falcons, not a whole lot there for me. I like what the Texans are doing. DeMeco Ryans, He's coming in. He's setting a culture. He's got a quarterback. I really like it. Eagles 4-0, minus 4-point favorite at the Rams, 2-2. I think the Eagles beat the Rams by double digits. They struggled with Washington this week. Washington's a good team. I think they bounce back this week in LA, and I think they just roll the Rams. This is probably the game of the week. Cowboys 3-1 at 49ers, who are 4-0. 49ers are a 4-point favorite. This is where we learn. We're going to learn more about the Cowboys this week than we are the 49ers. That will be interesting. But I like the 49ers to win this. They're just too damn good. Packers 2-2, minus 1-point favorite at the Raiders 1-3. This is an interesting game. I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to play. You get a rookie quarterback, Aiden O'Connell, most likely for the Raiders. The Packers, you kind of need this moving forward to get the Jordan Love era coming and going. After you get throttled by the Lions at home, you get the longer week. I like the Packers, and I think the Packers are going to win by. I think they're going to win by a touchdown. It's not going to be as close as I think the experts predict. All right, so that's going to do it for this week's video. Look, I'm over Justin Fields. I'm over Matt Eberflus Bears. Let's pack it up, ship them out of town. Let's get in. Let's just continue this merry-go-round circus carnival ride of like, let's try it again. Let's try it again. Hopefully, it's going to work one of these days. And look, Tay-Tay, Travis Kelce, hope he breaks your heart. He's probably going to. Shake it off the field. Thanks for watching.